Hey y'all, it's also Jay here back at it again with another video. So as you can see down below, the video title is "What It's Like to Be Trans." And I'm just gonna go into it. I didn't take my T shot today. It's Saturday. I'm supposed to be 10 months in 3 weeks, about to hit 11 months. But my journey is different from everybody else's, and I think that I'm sort of like in the middle of like disconnecting from a lot of things. As you know, the label video talked about. I don't really like label. I feel like trans is a very hard label, just like anything in the LGBT. When you put a label on yourself, you're bounded to that label. It's like a tie. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm not just trans. I'm not just a male or whatever you want to call me. I'm a person. You know what I mean? I'm a person, and I feel like being on T for almost a year. It's been an opening journey for me. And what I realized when I was on T or when I am on T, I'm very, you know, less emotional. I'm very, not cocky, but just very, aggressive with certain things I do. How I look at the world. I don't got time for no nonsense. And I realized when I was not on T yet, when I was pre-T, I was very emotional, very in tune with my emotions. I was very sensitive. I was very timid with a lot of things I said or did. I was very shy and kind of let people speak open-mindedly and wouldn't really fight back for what I wanted. And I didn't like that aspect of me not fighting back, but I did like the aspect of being in tune with my emotions more. And what it's like to be trans is it's more of what it's like to be a person, I would say, because testosterone doesn't change your mindset. I mean, it does alter how you look at things a little bit and how you see yourself and how you see the people around you, and how you see yourself. Because starting T was all about my journey and how I wanted to see myself. That's why you do get on T to feel better about how you look in the mirror. And there was a course of time where I was like, yo, like, damn, I'm really starting to see myself. And then some days I'll be like, yo, like, I don't see anything. And so I think that we put a stigma in our mind saying that if I do this, this will make me better. In reality, you're going through things that you need to fight by yourself, and it's not just one thing. Testosterone was not going to cure my depression. Testosterone was not going to cure how I felt about myself, because in reality, I still feel the same way about myself. I still feel like I'm still not enough. I still feel like, I'm not where I want to be. I'm still feeling the same feeling. So it has to do more with how I'm feeling inside of myself, whether more about how I'm feeling inside than just the T, you know what I mean? The T doesn't have anything to do with it. And I feel like a lot of trans men rush to take T because they want to feel something right away. They want to see themselves in the mirror. They want to, see themselves. But like, you can't rush something when you're still not satisfied with yourself. And testosterone's not going to guarantee that you're going to be satisfied with yourself. You have to do that way before you even start, because you got to know, like, yeah, I'm on T, but this is not going to cure my depression, you know what I mean? And it's a really weird thing to think about. But me being trans, all I thought about is, when am I gonna get on T? When am I gonna get on T? Like, I gotta get on T. I got on T, and I'm happy. I'm seeing myself. My voice is deep. I can blend in more. But in reality, it's like I wasn't focused on what I needed to be focused on, because I was just so worried about getting on T. And now that I'm on T, it's like I still gotta work through the depression, the anxiety, the feelings, the hurt behind stuff I went through in the past. That has nothing to do with me transitioning. So what it's like, I would say it's a very tedious journey being trans. Um, it's not gonna be easy one bit. Mentally, it's draining because you're going through emotions you never felt before. You're going through changes you never would think you would go through. They're gonna be abnormal to you. They're gonna feel very intense, if that makes sense. And for me, it's just like I look at myself and I'm like, do I even need tea? Sometimes, because before tea, I looked like a guy. Yeah, I might have not sounded like a guy, but you know, I did look like one. Still do look like one. I am one, but you know, at the same time, it's like that T doesn't define if I'm a male or a female. I define whether I'm a male or a female. What I do, how I act, how people address me. You know, I remember when I was pre-T and before I even came out as trans, people would call me a boy, and I loved the feeling, but I wasn't on T, so T does not define who you are, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of trans men get so caught up in the idea, but they suffocate their true feelings because they just want to be loved by everybody else. They just want to, you know, blend in and fit in. And I'm tired of fitting in. I'm tired of trying to fit in. I'm tired of trying to, you know, not put on a role, because being trans is not a role. You know, you don't just wake up one morning and say you're trans. It's not how it goes. But I think that it's something that I didn't expect for me to feel like. You know, a lot of things are gonna change, and I'll be like, why am I even doing this sometimes? And you know, I've realized that for me, it's just like I want to be my genuine self. I think I remember when I was young, my mom used to force me to wear girls' clothes all the time, and I think I hated the way I was forced to be a girl, so it kind of made me mask my femininity. And also, I was very muscular. I had a very masculine body type, so I didn't think I could ever, you know, pull off being a girl, you know, or even wanting to be a girl. I didn't find it appealing for myself. I didn't feel comfortable with it. Now that I'm growing up and I'm almost 20 years old in 7 days, I'm realizing that, like, damn, I'm stopping myself from, you know, expressing myself. You're not a boy. You're not a boy just because you wear boys' clothes. You're not a girl just because you wear girls' clothes. Clothes don't define who you are. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Clothes do not define who you are. It's about your inner self. You know, if you think you are something, nobody can tell you you're not, because every opinion matters. Every opinion is valid. And I hate the judgment of things in this world because it's so ruthless now, where people don't even, they just talk and they don't even understand what they're saying most of the time. And I think that's where everybody, you know, gets mixed up on, oh, is this how it is? And you know what I mean? Everybody's journey is different, so you can't compare your journey to one's journey, even if you're on T or you're off T. If you're cis or trans, you can't compare your journey to anybody else's. It's always going to be different. There might be similarities, but it's always going to be different. And I feel like what it's like to be trans, it's very hard, you know, mentally for me. That's not talking about everybody else. You know, you watch other people's videos and they might say, you know, it's easy. But for me, it's very hard because I feel like I've been masking a lot of feelings, and they're all coming to the surface because I thought I dealt with them and I really haven't. And you know, there's things that I want to say, but I'm not ready to say them yet. And when I'm ready, it will come out. But I just think that timing is the key of everything. You can't say things too early and you can't say things too late. So I think that in the process of everything, I think that it's just crucial for you to not deny your feelings, because you might go down the wrong path of doing things that you don't want to do just because you're trying to fit in. And I'm realizing now that I'm basically 20 that my life is just beginning, and that I can be whoever the fuck I want to be without having to answer to anybody. And yeah, it might be a shock to some people when I start doing certain things, but I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I've been living a certain way that I know I'm not supposed to. And I'm not talking about being trans. I'm just talking about just lying to myself about certain things. And I think that when you lie, like I said in the other video, you know, the truth always has to come out one way or the other. Whether it's to yourself or the people that you've, you know, lied to. And you can lie to yourself, and you can be in denial. And when it's your time, you know, when it's your time to, you know, understand everything else, you know, the truth will always come out. And it will hit you like a lightning bolt. So just remember, I'm giving you a message, whoever's listening to this, just dig a little deeper into yourself. Find the cause of why you do things. If you're lying to yourself, stop lying to yourself. Just be you. Don't care what other people think. Be genuine with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Take time to understand every decision you're trying to make, because decisions do play a role in where you're gonna go. And just understand that you don't have to please people to be something. You know what I mean? You don't have to do certain things to make a point. And you don't have to, you know, constantly be afraid to, you know, open your mind and open who you are, just because, you know, people around you don't understand. Just because they don't understand don't mean that what you're thinking is wrong. I think a lot of people, especially, you know, my age, they need reassurance to know that they're doing something right. And sometimes people's opinions really don't matter at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's their opinion. And sometimes people will tell you that you're doing something wrong, but in your mind you think you're doing something right. If you think you're doing something right, do it. Don't listen to other people, because that's just gonna hold you back. And I don't care if it's my mom, my grandma, my, you know, anybody in my life. I've always really stuck to what I wanted to do, and I love that about myself, because I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm learning from things that, you know, I chose to do. And in the process of all that, it's really helped me grow mentally and open my mind more. And I think that being trans, or what it's like to be trans, it's just a life journey. That's what it is. Being trans is just a life journey like anything else. And it's not a spectacle, and it's not a label. It's just who you are. Peace, y'all.